Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Spiritwalker, a Korean action thriller from 2020. After waking up from a car crash, unable to remember anything about his life, a man begins regaining consciousness in a new body every 12 hours. He must piece together his identity, all the while evading attacks from pursuing agents and dangerous criminals alike. But with no memory and no allies, his time is running out. Now, I would describe Spiritwalker as a blend of the Bourne Identity, the Denzel Washington movie Fallen, and John Wick. The opening scene immediately shows our main character, who is unconscious from a car accident, referenced in the plot synopsis, and he wakes up and he has no idea what's going on, just like us as viewers. So it makes it easy to sympathize with this guy and follow along with him because we're both trying to figure out what's going on. We're equally confused. The story does get more interesting as it moves along because it taps into this bizarre ability of regaining consciousness in a new body, or I should say the body of someone else. So the protagonist learns to use this ability of possessing bodies to his advantage at key times. But, on the other hand, the bad guys that are after him kind of get wind of this. Like, they get better at identifying him when he possesses someone's body because he acts differently from how that person normally acts. Because he doesn't know these people he's possessing, right? So there are situations where he's essentially going undercover and trying not to get his cover blown while he's attempting to figure out exactly what's going on, by getting in close with the bad guys. It's a pretty intriguing gimmick for a film, and I think it kind of works. It's a little contrived at times in terms of the timing of when he switches bodies, but still, it's pretty interesting. I like how they made the story reasonably easy to follow by using the same actor throughout. So despite him changing bodies, we see the same actor. So it's easy to know where he is or what he's doing. We know who he is and what he's doing at all times. However, in order to show you which body that he inhabited, they use reflections in mirrors or glass or windows, anything shiny. And he'll walk past something and you'll see which body he's possessing at the moment of time. So it's pretty cool. They also use some quick shots where they show you the person straight up and some other camera trickery that's pretty neat. You will need to need your brain a little bit in this one because there is some stuff to keep track of, but it is a pretty engaging mystery. The ultimate explanation for how this is happening, it's not going to happen in real life, obviously. So you got to kind of roll with it. But it works given the reality that this movie is set in. Pacing is pretty fast. Not much in terms of downtime or dull spots. There's constant investigation and or suspense or action. Okay? Our main protagonist is vulnerable enough to get messed up and put in rough situations where he needs to just survive. The Duke can handle himself. It's almost like the Bourne movies where he kind of remembers that he's a badass throughout the film, but he's not unstoppable or anything. So there are situations where he's in deep trouble. So it's nice to see. Performances are good across the board. Action is pretty nicely executed. Shootouts and fights, they're filmed well. There is an early fight in an apartment that kind of gives you an idea what to expect, and I think most people will be pleased. They do save the best action set piece for the finale, which is legitimately good. You could definitely feel a John Wick influence, though. You definitely can, which, hey, whatever. But you could feel that. I do think the action in this movie is actually better than Yaksha Ruthless Operations, which I reviewed fairly recently. I like that movie, but I do think this movie's kind of like a step up to that one. The conflict's a little bit more interesting, and the action has a little bit more of a kick to it. So if you're in the mood for a solidly entertaining movie, I'd say check out Spiritwalker. I don't really hear many people talking about it right now. It's fairly new. I think it just was made available fairly recently streaming. One of the websites that has it is Haya. So yes, that's an option for you. So if you've seen this one, let me know what you think. And as always, I will see you next time.